goes to Taylor, finds room, touchdown, Coon Rapids. White to throw, picked off by Kenny Nawachi. Nawachi looking for some blockers and looking for the right sideline. Taylor wings out, little shovel pass inside, cutting back. Geyer, touchdown, Coon Rapids. This punt was blocked, it's scooped up on the run the other way is Sears, no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Iredale. Handoff goes to Freiberg, left side, and he is not in. The Cardinals hold, and they will stay in front 14-12. They made a couple of fourth down conversions earlier, nothing quite this long. Drops back, has time, rolls, throws, pass is broken up. Everyone, and welcome to Panthers Stadium inside Spring Lake Park High School for CTM's live coverage of high school football. It's week number 5 of the 2017 season as the Coon Rapids Cardinals come a-calling on the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above, and very excited for the way the season has gone so far for this Cardinal squad.
Yeah, no question about it. This should be another good test. You know, Spring Lake Park down a little bit over the success they've had in past years, but offer a very formidable foe. They won their first game last week, 20-7 over Hopkins. They love to run the ball just like Coon Rapids. It's going to be a chess match.
Well, and for the Cardinals, they just need to keep doing what they've been doing, and that is pound the rock. They've got a number of guys that can do it, but none that define pounding the ball more than number 33.
I love to watch Miles Taylor run because he runs with power and anger, and you really love to see that in a running back. You look at his numbers, 52 carries, 226 yards and a score. But not only on offense, he's one of their inside linebackers, and he plays such an integral part on the defense. So both sides of the ball, you got to know where number 33 is, just a sophomore.
Yeah, number of tackles for loss to his stats. On the flip side, part of the problem for the Panthers is a number of injuries. They got one of their studs back last week, and he had a stellar performance.
Cade McMahon, he came back from, and I didn't go to medical school. Well, I didn't last more than 3 days. But nonetheless, he tore his labrum in his hip. And last week was his first game back, 33 carries, 165 yards, 5 yards a carry, and a touchdown. He ran off 59-yard scamper. So, you know, Coach Schlief knew that his young man was back.
Yeah, they've got a lot of guys that are still banged up on the sideline, so no chance to really just ease him in. And the Cardinals hope that they can contain what is a very run-dominated Panther offense. I mean, it doesn't get more one-sided, really, passing or running over passing than what Coach Schlief runs here for the Panthers.
Yeah, Coach Schlief, his 25th season at Spring Lake Park, and he goes back to the same coaching era with Clayton Koppel, and you know, Clayton Koppel was at Spring Lake Park at one point in his career. There's Mal Edwards, certainly has to be really happy with the way his young man has responded to what he wants to bring to this school and to this program, and we'll see another good test. Cardinals are going to get the ball first. They're going to pound the rock. That's just my guess.
Pedro Pliego ready to get this one underway. And a good high, long, end-over-end boot taken by Nawachi at the 13-yard line. Good wall of White ahead of him. He scampers through the first bunch and nearly broke free of the last line of defense. A good return out as far as the 41-yard line.
Last week, Tyler George had a nice game on the ground. You know, we talked about him at the beginning of the year. Young man who's really put on some bulk. You saw the shovel pass there to Geyer. But he's really been a good leader on this team, and he's been able to pick up additional yards, pick up first downs by using his feet. Very aware where he is on the field. and he's a good leader for Coon Rapids.
Good athlete and a weapon in multiple ways for the Coon Rapids Cardinal offense. He will start out of the shotgun slot left. 2 receivers right. Handoff goes to Salazar, running left. Cuts back up front, keeps his feet going out close to the 50, still pushing across midfield, and a pickup of 9 yards on first down. Take a look at the starters. Green, Nevesland, Soto, Taylor, and Alexander. The front 5 have been outstanding for the Cardinals all season long. Salazar with the big carry there. George, the quarterback. Caleb Ness has had an impact on both sides of the ball, lined up on the right side at tight end. As they snap it on second and short, another handoff to Salazar, this time right side. He should have a first down, and does, to the 47-yard line of Spring Lake Park. So a couple of runs by Salazar and a first down. Look at the Panthers. Toner, Menderata, Elkerton, we'll talk about a little bit more, a giant young man. Pate, Ullman, Schwartz, George are the linebackers. Toomey, Sills, and Lee are in the secondary. On first and 10, another run, this time Miles Taylor is down to the 41-yard line, a gain of 6.
Yeah, Elkerton, we'll talk 6'7", 268. About the same size as Udvig before Udvig lost half of himself, but a big young man, both going to play offense and defense for the Panthers. There you say, again, Miles Taylor, what we talked about the opening, keeps his feet moving, and you said it, Joe, this offensive line for Coon Rapids has been stellar.
Fantastic. We talk about Elkerton, he's got a lot of size on the line for Spring Lake Park, but the Cardinals' average weight has got to be definitely in their favor along both offensive and defensive lines. First flag of the game is going to go against the Cardinals for a false start.
Number 2, 5-yard penalty. Remain down.
There's Dan Pelletier. Thank you, Dan, for wearing our microphone. We certainly appreciate it. Adds so much to our game. Coach Edwards, we had a chance to talk to him on the field, and one of the things he said, we cannot afford to lose yardage on penalties, and you see a penalty here on a drive, and hopefully that won't come back to hurt him. But those are the things that I know he wants to clean up. Said the best week of practice this week for Coon Rapids, so we'll see how they react out here tonight.
Brown, the man in motion for the Cardinals. George will roll to his left, has some time, looks, now throws, incomplete, intended for Caleb Ness. And you wonder, you talk about George being a weapon both ways. He had an awful lot of green in front of him.
You stole my thought, Joe, because it's exactly what I was going to say. He had a linebacker there, but he is so powerful and he can get up ahead of steam, and it's always difficult to tackle him in an open field. Certainly with one player.
It'll force a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 9 from the 46. Salazar will stay in the backfield with George out of the shotgun. Again, slot right is Jordan Brown. 2 receivers left. Handoff goes to Salazar. Big hole right side. He's got the first down and more. He could be gone. One man to beat. Touchdown, Coon Rapids. A 46-yard scamper to the paint for Salazar.
I'll tell you, you look at, is that in your playbook to run a 3rd and 9? But you got to give credit to the offensive line. They did such a good job of holding their blocks. Look at the big guys up front. You get Quincy Taylor pulling and pushing away a defender, opening up a huge hole. And Salazar does a nice job just gaining that additional yard, and he has enough speed to make it to the end zone.
Extra point is up and good for Findlay, and it is a 7-0 lead for the Cardinals.
Now, nice starting drive for the Cardinals.
Oh, Coon Rapids fans getting a little cocky early on.
Well, you know, this is a whole new thing for Coon Rapids football. Is that they've won 3 in a row, looking to make it 4. And again, just a great drive, and that's what you want to do when you go on the road. You want to score first on the opposition. You want to put them back on their heels a little bit. And Coon Rapids dominated outside that one penalty. They dominated at the point of attack. There you see 5 plays, took 2:22 off the clock, went 58 yards, 46 of those yards by that young man, Jalen Salazar, for his 5th score of the year. And, you know, one of the things that Coach Schlief told me, Joe, is that we cannot give up the big play. There is a big play. And that's something that they can ill afford against a team that does a good job of controlling the point of attack like Coon Rapids does.
Sean Lee and Cade McMahon are the deep backs, ready for the Findlay kick. And here it is. It's short. McMahon will take it from the 15. Fakes the give, will run to the left side, has a blocker in front of him, makes one man miss, and then taken down hard as he reaches the 30-yard line.
Good field position to start their first drive.
Look at the Cardinal defense, and they played a huge role last week. This was an Iredale team that came in averaging just under 35 points a game. Coon Rapids holding them to just 12, and 6 of those scored on special teams.
When you look at 3 Cardinal defenders, double-digit in tackles last week. And the nice thing is, I was just going to say, there are so many people contributing, not just a couple of guys. It's all over the field.
Handoff and bouncing away was McMahon, still going. He has a first down before being dragged out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and you can see why they give him the ball so much.
Well, you know, Coach Leaf said this is one of our best players, and we missed him in the beginning of the year, and you can see what he did last week, exactly how much they missed him. Does a nice job protecting the ball, and then he's going to drag Carter Geyer a little ways before he's pushed out of bounds.
Like he was stopped in the initial point of attack and then bounced off and picks up a big gain out to the 44. Flip goes to McMahon running right, trying to get the corner, gets around to Watchie, and another big gain before being escorted out of bounds at the Coon Rapids 42-yard line.
Yeah, we talked about in the opening, he had 33 carries after coming back from injury last week, and just a mere 165 yards on the ground. Just one score, however, but they did get their first win of the year last week, but the 20-7 win over Hopkins.
Just 27 yards on his first 2 carries, 2 first downs, and the Panthers trying to answer, and now the false start on the right side of the line.
Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And you talked about it as well, Howie. Neither team can afford penalties, but a huge part of being successful is being able to overcome mistakes. There's a look at the backfield for the Panthers. McMahon, Thenis, and Robinson. Handoff goes to Thenis this time, and he's stopped after a very short gain. Cardinals on defense, Alexander, Willis, and Ammon up front. Breams, Ness, Taylors, and Brown are the linebackers. The secondary, Nwachi, McMahon, Geyer, and Silla. Little less than a yard on the carry by Thenis. So 2nd and long. 2 receivers left for Dunbar. This is a team that's only completed 3 passes through 4 games, just 13 passes attempted. Fumble, ball is loose, and the Cardinal sideline is cheering.
Well, they have a better look at it than we do from up here.
And they do have the football. A bad exchange between Dunbar and McMahon. And the Cardinals end up on top of it.
You're going to see it's just a bad exchange.
Either way, just skip free, and Coon Rapids recovered.
I think Ness had it here. Nope. No, I think.
What do you think?
I think it was Nwachi, actually.
8:08 remaining first quarter. Coon Rapids takes over at its own 45-yard line with a 7-0 lead.
Now, Joe, this is a situation where you make them pay for the turnover, or at least attempt
Offerdahl
to.
on the carry, running left. And he's into Panther territory, diving for it. Sorry, that's Dominic Jones, diving forward to the 48-yard line. Pick up a 7, 2nd and 3.
And every time you get an opportunity to go second and short, you have so much more you can do, and you can expand your playbook a little bit.
Of course, Coon Rapids, again, they've had so much success running the ball. I think they will stick right with it.
I think so, too. But you can expand the way you run the ball like they did to Dominic Jones there.
Jones in motion again. This time George does want to throw. Lots of time. Going deep over the left. Caught by Brown. First down at the 12-yard line as he somersaults to a stop.
Guess they opened up that playbook a little bit. Had a cross from Dominic Jones, and really a nice catch. I'm not going to say it's a little high, just a shade high, but he made a nice adjustment, able to go up and bring it down. Just a really nice job of George to get it out there and Brown, put it in a place where only Brown could get it.
And Brown just went up and won the battle. And style points on the landing.
I like it.
1st and 10 from the 13. Cardinals knocking, looking to expand their lead. George will step back up under center. He's got Salazar and Taylor in the backfield. Salazar gets the carry, wants to get around the right edge. Still going, hit hard and tripped up. He'll get a couple, but not a lot there.
Yeah, that time the Panther defense did a nice job of stringing it along the line of scrimmage. Really not allowing Salazar to get that look to find a little bit of an open hole. The defense stayed with him long enough to force him to the outside and limit it to a short gain.
1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. George under center again. Handoff goes to Taylor. Right side down to the 5-yard line. It'll set up 3rd and very short.
He falls forward for a couple yards as well. Again, you get one player to hit him. You can't bring him down. He's going to drag a couple of defenders with him.
Third down and 2. And we're going to get a timeout.
Charge timeout. Coon Rapids.
Cardinals are going to call. You know, we've seen Coon Rapids call timeouts early in the game and in the last few, Joe. And Coach Edwards just wants to make sure these young men are on the same game plan and make sure they're going to execute the way he needs them to execute in order for them to gain points.
Shapiro, there's this new invention you may not have heard about. It's called the internet. And on the internet, you find a place called YouTube. Has its own app.
Huh.
It's called an app. You download this app for YouTube on your phone, and you can watch
Really?
CTN anytime you want.
There we are. I can't believe it. I'm going to go home and Google that, see if I can find it.
Google.
Oh, Google. Sorry.
We'll get you figured out. So the Cardinals knocking, trying to make it a 2-score lead. They have the ball 3rd and 2 from the Spring Lake Park 10-yard line. Still a lot of ball game to be played.
No question.
5:30 left in the first quarter. George on the keeper left side has enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal, close to the 2. Or close to the 7, rather.
Well, you know, I like that call because you've got a quarterback who's big, who's athletic, and defenses are looking for 33 or 25. They're not looking for 11, and it's just a nice surge up front.
It was 3rd and 2 from the 5. So now they're at the 2, 1st and goal. I wrote it down wrong and didn't correct myself until now. But I stand corrected.
You're literally standing corrected.
So 1st and goal, they say it's at the 1. They'll go with George again. Is he in? No word yet, and they're going to say he's down just short.
Well, and they're going to say the ball came out as well, but we'll see what our officials say.
Far side official is holding up 2 fingers, as is the near side official. So I think it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that would have been
from
huge.
the 6-inch
That would have
line.
been huge for the Panther defense had they been able to accomplish that.
Cardinals trying to capitalize on a Panther turnover. They bring in Jake Van Holzen under center. Van Holzen will hand off to Taylor, up and over, touchdown Coon Rapids.
Yeah, again, tough to deny that young man a yard. And Miles Taylor able to get his 2nd score of the year. Had one last week. Has now one this week. Again, just a nice give to the up back. Taylor's going to dive over the pile into the end zone for the score to extend Coon Rapids' lead.
13 points, awaiting the extra point attempt from Alex Findlay. Ness the hold. The kick is very good, and it's a 14-0 Coon Rapids lead.
Oh, nice drive for the Cardinals after the turnover. Able to put some additional points on the board, and they did get the score, and that's certainly important for this squad. You see the first Taylor will spring over the pile, up and over into the end zone.
You said it. It's going to take a lot.
You don't
to
deny
stop
that young man that 1 yard for sure.
And I don't know that it wasn't even a yard.
No.
Less than. Converted easily, and again, the Cardinals capitalize on the turnover.
7 plays, 3:42 off the clock to go 55 yards. Miles Taylor capping it off with a 1 yard plunge. Happy sideline so far, but as you said, very early in this game.
Findlay is going to angle it to the near side. That's out of bounds, and Spring Lake Park will get pretty good field position for their 2nd possession.
No question about it. And this is an important, I think this is an important series for Spring Lake Park. Now they're trailing by 2 scores. They looked like they were doing a nice job of keeping the ball on the ground, gaining some positive yardage, and then unfortunately for them, the turnover happened, and Cardinals converted that turnover into points.
Well,
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team number 35. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
First couple of runs on that last possession, they went to McMahon, and then they went away from him trying to spread things out a little bit, which I understand, but I'd keep riding that horse.
Especially with a player coming back from
10+
injury.
yards per carry. A little fake give, and then keeping it was Dunbar, and he's dumped for a loss. Cardinal defense collapsed on the quarterback, and will force another 2nd and long situation.
Yeah, I mean, this defense has played so well so far this year. Really nice job at the point of attack, controlling the action. And then Jordan Brown coming in, I believe, along with Max Ammon. Yeah, that was Max Ammon as well on the tackle. Contributions from everywhere on this defense.
Cardinals showing blitz. Here they come. The pitch goes quickly to McMahon, and he's forced out of bounds after a short gain, about 3. It'll be 3rd and 8.
You know, you asked an interesting question of Coach Edwards. How does he feel this changes, or does it change this turf? And he said, well, we have the athletes to have this turf help us because we can run to the ball. And you saw there, they were able to run to the ball, lose not a little bit of a gain, then put them in a 3rd and long situation. Yeah,
3rd and 8. They spread 2 receivers out wide right. Dunbar under center. Pitch goes to McMahon running right. He's got speed. He will get around the corner and get the first down, move the chains for the Panthers.
A really nice job. Gavin Spencer, number 11 for Spring Lake Park. You're going to see him come into your picture. Right, there's 47, but right there. Able to do a good job of holding the edge, allowing him to get to the outside. What'd that table ever do to you?
First and 10 from the 46 now. Handoff goes to Thenis. He gained a couple before being pushed back. They'll give him forward progress out close to midfield.
Well, so far, McMahon's really the only back that's been able to dent them early on here, and he's coming back into the action after taking the play off. There's Anthony LaPanther.
It's a great
Harley Schultz came up with that name. I think that's what this should be the permanent nickname of the Panther here is Anthony LaPanther.
Anthony LaPanther. I like it.
I love it.
I don't know if he would.
I'm not going to ask him.
Handoff goes to McMahon, trying to run him up the middle this time, or off tackle to the left. He's going to gain a couple into Cardinal territory. It'll set up another third down.
Short gain, third and manageable situation for Spring Lake Park.
Well, if they can get number 22 loose, just about anything is manageable. Yeah. 3rd and 4 this time from the Cardinal 48-yard line. Dunbar checking off, now back under center. Handoff goes to McMahon. He stopped for no gain off the left side. It'll be 4th down and decision time.
It's a big decision because it's early in the game. You don't make it, and you give Coon Rapids great field position.
Already trailing by 14,
exactly.
And still 2 minutes to play
I think
in the first
it.
quarter. It looks as that will be the decision, as a number of jerseys fresh to the field on 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, you live to fight another day this way. You give them a short field, and they turn that into points again. Now all of a sudden you're down by 3 scores.
Pliego will be the punter, standing at his 40. Nawachi and Brown, the deep backs for Coon Rapids. Pliego, good punt. Brown will come under it at the 19-yard line. Looking back to the middle and back to the sidelines. Now back into the middle as he's wrapped up. And will go down right across the 30-yard line. Oh, so, he was still leaning forward on the far side.
They're going to put it about the 31, I think, though. But, again, pretty good field position again to start this third drive.
Sideline warning. Coon Rapids bench. This is their first and only warning of the game.
The Cardinal bench got a warning. They did last week as well. Chris, the Cardinal? Chris, who's your favorite, Joe or Howie? Joe.
89 seconds left in this opening quarter. Coon Rapids with a 14-0 lead. They take over possession at their own 36-yard line. An offense that has been clicking. They've only thrown the ball twice, once incomplete and once for a big gain that led to their last score. Tyler George out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to Salazar, looking for room left side. He's going to bounce it back. Great block by George. Can he get the corner? Maybe not. Dropped out of bounds back at the 26, 27-yard line. So he's going to lose some yardage on this run, but made it exciting. And the quarterback, Tyler George, stepped up, made a great block. Unfortunately, Salazar couldn't make it all the way back around.
Watch coming in your picture right there. I didn't get it in time, but George took on their 6'7", 268-pound defensive tackle, and he put a block on him. I like to see it.
5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. George out of the shotgun. Brown in motion. George rolling to his left. Plants, throws deep downfield. Nawachi behind the defense has the catch, and he is gone. They're not going to catch him. This is a 74-yard score. The Cardinals up by 20.
Yeah, and they're really mixing their game plan. Again, we've seen a couple of long balls from George, one to Brown, and now this one to Nawachi. And again, just good protection up front. He's able to roll a perfect pass, had to adjust a little bit, but nonetheless, there's not a defender there to catch him. And you can see once he caught the ball, Joe Young, he turned on those afterburners, and nobody was going to beat him to the end zone.
He's got good speed. Once he had it behind the defense, no chance the Panthers were going to catch him before he put 6 more on the board. Findlay's kick is up. It is No good. And the Cardinals have a 20-0 lead with still 1:06 to play in the first quarter.
Again, look at the protection up front. Quincy Taylor's just going to push a defender out of the way to give George a little additional time, but Nwachi adjusting the ball, and then look at him turn on the afterburners. He coasted to the end zone for the 3rd touchdown of the game so far, and we're still not out of the first quarter. Just two plays, Joe Yen, to go. Took him 25 seconds to go 74 yards.
But did they really go 74 yards? Because they actually went 69 yards.
That's true.
But it was a 74-yard touchdown. The first run, the opening play of the possession went backwards 5 yards. Everything going in the Cardinals' way in this opening quarter. Finley again angling it away from McMahon. It's bobbled and scooped up at the 20-yard line. Turning back up is Nico Ryman along the sidelines. Dragged out of bounds as he crosses the 25 to the 26. And that's where the Panthers will take over, hoping to find an answer and not let this one get any further out of hand.
That'll make it first and 10 from the 26 for the Panthers.
I'm going to circle this coach, Jeff Schlief. I talked to Jeff yesterday. Yeah, we talked, or today we talked about, he said he was the #1 fan of CTN. And he says he watches this all the time, and I told him I would circle him. I said, you may have an argument from Red.
They fake the give in the middle. Dunbar keeps it off left tackle. He's going to get a yard before being forced back.
And, you know, what does this offensive output do for this defense? It just really gets them, not that they don't play hard as it is, but it really motivates them even more so to protect this lead.
The Cardinals, obviously they're being very wary of number 22 and the pitch option. And Dunbar kept it and only picks up a yard. He fakes the give and then dives forward himself out as far as the 29. It'll be 3rd and about 7.
Well, now you're in a 3rd and long situation, Joe, and this is a Spring Lake Park team that does not throw the ball much at all. So now down 20 points, you're in almost a position where now you have to start throwing the ball and going away from what you like to do best.
I thought that on the 3rd and long situation on their last drive.
Yeah.
And instead they gave it to number 22,
yep.
And he got around the corner and picked up 15 yards.
He did. A defense will adjust to that. They're gonna have to mix it up a little.
We'll see. We'll wait for the big 3rd down at the start of the 2nd quarter. Coon Rapids up 20-0 after the first. You're watching high school football live on CTN.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
2 touchdowns, no extra points, because they'll try and get 2. Back at Panther Stadium in Spring Lake Park High School. Beautiful facility here, very cool. The school actually wraps around.
I like it.
To make a horseshoe, along with the home bleachers, and just a great atmosphere.
Yeah, and we've never been here to do a game, so it's fun to go to a different stadium that we haven't been to in over 20 years of broadcasting together.
Big 3rd down here for Spring Lake Park. 3rd and 7 from their own 29-yard line, and a timeout to start the first. That is definitely not.
Spring Lake Park, their first.
Was not the plan for Coach Schlief.
Coach Schlief could not be happy to take they came out of the break, the quarter break, and then to have to burn a timeout before they could run a play.
Obviously not lined up the way he had instructed.
Look at all those likes we get for
Howie
Facebook.
Shapiro.
No, that's the loves are for you. The likes are for me.
Shapiro, you flatter me so.
The excited faces for Neil Hannon. Or maybe Josh Udvig.
Could be Udvig.
Could be Udvig. I know it's not a party without Josh Udvig,
So after a timeout and a little bit longer break than expected, we'll start the second quarter with a big 3rd and 7 for Spring Lake Park from their own 29-yard line, trailing by 3 scores to the visiting Cardinals. Pitch goes, a little trickery. They're throwing downfield, have a man behind the defense, and that's going to be a big first down into Cardinal territory. Darius Robinson on the reception down to the Cardinal 32.
Well, and that's the thing. Great. They probably called that play out of the break in the quarter. Realized maybe they will not set up correctly, but just a great job of catching
Sean
the Cardinal
Lee
defense off the guard.
Throwing it over the top to Darius Robinson for the big first down. Set up at the Cardinal 33-yard line.
Well, now you go back to what you want to do, and that's running the rock.
38 yards. And on first down, a broken play. Dunbar will keep it off the left side. He's tackled down at the 30. Gain of 2. They had to go deep in their bag of tricks early, but it kept this drive alive for the Panthers. And definitely not desperation time early as we start the second quarter. But this is a drive that needs to end with success for the Panthers.
No question, they need points.
Dunbar under center. Pitches it to Thenis. He's hit in the backfield, spins off, but Ness able to finish by dragging him out of bounds back at the 35-yard line. A loss of 5 and another 3rd and long situation.
Now Jordan Brown does a nice job of getting a hold of him and allowing his teammates to come and finish him off. So now 3rd and 13, and again, these are situations you don't want to be in, but I would assume, we'll see what the success of this 3rd and long is. Do they continue to try this drive? I mean, you're not really in a punting situation at this part of the field.
Pitch goes to McMahon, running right. Trying to cut back, avoids Ness. Dragged down by the Cardinals' McMahon. As he gets to the 25-yard line, it'll be 4th and 3. Gain of 10.
And the key to that play, again, good blocking on the edge by the Panthers. You're going to see at that point in time it was a nice job by Darius Robinson just to hold that edge and allow McMahon to gain the corner. And now puts him in a 4th and relatively manageable, but you have to make it here.
Strong side left. And the Cardinals jumped, and they're going to give him the first down for free.
Encroachment. Defense number 50. A 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Yeah, 4th and 3. You can't do that defensively. You let your opposition beat themselves. You don't give it to them like that. It's unfortunate.
So a fresh set of downs at the Cardinal 20. Thenis and McMahon in the backfield. Dunbar under center, a receiver either side. Handoff goes to Thenis, right side, bounces away from first contact. Ness does not let go, though, just holds on and drags him down for no gain.
No gain, 6 seconds on the 10, the Cardinal 20.
Already 6 tackles on the evening for Caleb Ness, leading tackler for this squad. He's everywhere defensively for Coon Rapids.
Handoff, McMahon, no. Dunbar keeps it, now cuts back up. He's going to be stopped short of the 15. Gain of about 4. Set up 3rd down.
I like the play call because your defense think number 22 is going to run the ball just about on every play, and And a good fake led to him being able to pick up a few yards. Zach Dunbar, 6 carries, 8 yards on the night.
He'll keep it again on 3rd down. Got a good hole. He's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker. So it'll be 4th and less than a yard.
Dunbar on the carry for the Panthers. Gain of 5 on the play makes it 4th down and 6 from the Cardinal 11.
Converted 1 4th and short by getting the Cardinals to jump. Here they are deep in Cardinal territory, trying to answer the Cardinals' 3 first-quarter scores. Handoff goes to McMahon, and
oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, it is. He did not have much, but he did not need much.
Have to see where they mark it. I think might be.
They're going to bring
the
chains
out. They're going to have
out.
to. Might be a little short. It's going to be awfully close regardless.
Very close. Just make sure the referee doesn't rock that ball one way or t'other.
Rock the ball. Don't rock the ball, baby.
This is a big, big measurement for both squads. Defense for the Cardinals. Did they come up? They did, and the Panthers going to turn it over on downs. Just shy of the Cardinal 10-yard line. A huge stop for the Coon Rapids defense.
Yeah, how big is that? You know, you just give credit to group tackling because they were able to keep McMahon from reaching the mark, and a very disappointed offense for Spring Lake Park. You see it again. I mean, just
Miles
again,
Taylor,
the push.
the first one to get to him, but just blew his man up. There was that Caleb Ness coming in. He had Carter Geyer on the backside that I think stopped most of the momentum by McMahon.
Yeah, and I really think the unsung hero on that one was Max Ammon, because I think he was able to push his player back into the pile and really eliminating his forward momentum.
So the Cardinals start deep in their own end. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor, trying for room on the right side. Keeps turning and churning, and he's out to the 15, a gain of 5.
And just to give to Taylor. And
look
again,
at the wall.
The wall is
bodies.
there, but
a wall of white jerseys ahead of him.
He picks that additional yard, all up on second effort.
Well, they give him almost to the 16. They're going to call it 2nd and 4 from the 16 on the scoreboard.
Four carries, 18 yards, and that 1 touchdown so far in the game for Miles Taylor.
Man in motion is Geyer. Handoff goes to Taylor, avoids an arm tackle. Brick picks up a couple of blue jerseys as he makes his way across the 20 to the 21, and that should be a first down.
Yeah, looks like it.
Needed 4, got 5.
See the give to Taylor. He's just gonna step out of the first half, but look at, he's dragging 2 defenders with him before another 3 bring him down.
I was gonna say it took a couple more to pile on top, but he had crossed the first down marker by that point, and the Cardinals move the chains again. 1st and 10 from their own 21 now. Fake the give and then hand it off to Carter Geyer. Great hole on the right side, and he's out just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of about 8.
You know, you talk about the hole on the right side, Chance Alexander, and of course Quincy Taylor leading the way.
Well, they do the misdirection with the fake give to the up back, then they give to Geyer on the counter, and before you know that he's got the ball, they've got 3 linemen downfield already clearing a highway for him, so he doesn't get a hand on him until he's 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 2, Geyer in motion again. Give goes to Brown on the inside. He gets a stiff arm, gets to the outside. Great block by Nwachi, and can Brown make the last man miss? No, he's dragged out as he gets inside the 35. Another big gainer for the Cardinals that nearly broke to the end zone.
Well, you talk about Kenny Nawachi on the outside, really held that block, allowing Jordan Brown to get through. You can see, you just saw it in your picture coming through. Number 1 for Coon Rapids did a great job of holding that edge. And Brown does the rest. He's a very good athlete as well. The Cardinals have a lot of good athletes, a number of them.
When he talked about it earlier, the speed that they have and the benefit for those speedsters on the artificial turf. And it shows another big play, 37 yards. And the Cardinals set up in Spring Lake Park territory.
Silla.
Tom Silla on the run. First time I think we've seen him
I don't
touch
think we
the
have
ball on the offensive side of the ball. He will be stopped for no gain.
Salazar checking back into the backfield.
George will drop back out of the shotgun with a couple of receivers left. He'll roll to the right. Wants to keep it, and he is swarmed. And he's going to be dropped way behind the line. They'll give him forward momentum, which is still a loss of 3 yards to the 37-yard line.
Andrew Ullman on the tackle for Spring Lake Park, sophomore. But they blew that defense, blew that play up. And now you talk about a 3rd and long situation for him. But Ullman able to bring him down.
So it'll make it 3rd and 13 from the Panthers' 37-yard line. That one obviously did not fool the Panthers. George rolling left, now throws on the run, but his arm was hit as he threw, ends up out of bounds.
That makes it 4th down and 13 from the Panther 37.
Oh, they're gonna call it a fumble and rule it out of bounds where it went, or rule it 4th down where it went out of bounds. I don't know how you call that.
Let's see if his arm was moving forward. His arm was moving forward.
He tried to stop.
Yeah, but that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah. So the Cardinals get some yardage out of it. So it's 4th and 8 from the 32. Cardinals just lucky that I don't know. Does George get 5 yards?
The result of the play is an incomplete pass.
There we go.
Yeah, as well it should have been.
Okay. I was just going to say it's fortunate that no one recovered it in a blue jersey, and because that was clearly an incomplete pass.
Yeah. No
to
question.
whom I have no idea.
Our master statistician Harley
Schultz
is giving it to Nawachi because he was the closest player
as the
to
intended target. And Nawachi's down there kicking the sidelines, cursing Schultz's name. That means I was targeted and didn't make the catch. What are you talking about? Breams, a high floater that is going to be out of bounds before McMahon can grab it. But McMahon was right down there, threw his man off, turned around, was ready to field the punt right at the Panther 10-yard line. But this will back the Panthers up once again with 4:06 to play in the half.
I think it's a pretty good spot they got.
You're going to put it 17?
17.
Homer.
Well, I looked at the trajectory of the ball. I don't think it went out that
You
far
didn't
up.
have it. You know what?
Hey, listen.
The referees had better.
I got a new app on my phone. I'm able to figure out the trajectory and the way the ball travels.
Okay.
And I just,
1st and 10
I just
for
plugged it
Spring
in.
Lake Park from their own 17-yard line. Dunbar will climb up under center with the 2 running backs in the backfield. Handoff goes to McMahon left side. He's spun around and dropped. Maybe a yard, but it doesn't look like any gain at all.
We're under 4 minutes to go in this first half. Spring Lake Park will get the ball to start the second.
No gain on the play, makes it 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he moved it from one side of the 17-yard hash mark to the other, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Handoff left side. McMahon got through the line, but then was finished off by the linebackers as he crossed the 20. Gain of maybe 4. It'll set up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, again, in a 3rd down and relatively long situation.
Gain of 3 makes it 3rd down and 7.
They're going to say 3rd and 7.
And a big 3rd down now for the Panther offense.
You see the numbers for Cade McMahon. 59 yards on the ground so far here through the first half.
Dunbar steps back, throws over the middle, passes complete and then knocked free, and it's going to be ruled incomplete, in and out of the hands of the tight end, Mason Johnson.
And again, nice play call. Mason Johnson wide open. We'll see if he made a football move. Oh, that's so fumble. I think that. Well, I don't know.
He went to secure it.
It was secured.
It was knocked free.
It was secured, and if he took a couple of steps, that's a football move. But nonetheless, it's 4th and long, and we'll punt the ball away.
Pliego standing inside his own 10-yard line.
For the Cardinals.
Nearly blocked as McMahon came flying in. Taken by Brown at the 46, and he's swarmed under immediately. But the Cardinals will have possession in the Panther half of the field with 2:31 to play in the half.
Yeah, still plenty of time. Man with a little bit of pressure there in on the punt. Plenty of time, good field position.
Cardinals still with 2 timeouts here in the first half. A 20-0 lead. The counter fumbled, but then scooped back up by Brown, and Brown's looking for blockers to get to the edge, cuts back, avoids a tackle, and that could have been a turnover. Instead, it's a gain of 4 for Jordan Brown.
Yeah, just the wherewithal to get to that outside to be able to pick up some positive yardage on that play. As you mentioned, it could have been disastrous for the Cardinals. Looking at 3 on the play, just couldn't secure the handoff, but did a nice job of getting to the edge nonetheless.
Nice stiff arm, a nice cutback move toward the end to get some positive yardage out of it. It's 2nd and 7. Ball just inside the 45 of Spring Lake Park. Handoff goes to Salazar. Good hole on the right side, cuts back, dives forward, and he's going to be very close to the first down marker.
Now we'll see what they mark it. Might be, depends, it might be a half a yard short.
3rd and very short. 3rd and less than a yard. Ball at the 38-yard line. Cardinals can take their time, but not too much time.
Well, they'd like to score, put another score on the board before the break.
And they'd like to do it on the last play of the half if possible, but
see it 2 for 3 on 3rd downs. Oh.
And that's going to be an illegal formation, 2 men in motion, or a false start.
False start. So I'll make it 3rd and 6.
Well, and I don't know if it's me.
False start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
If it were
you,
me, I would have lined up and just jammed it ahead for the 1 yard,
right,
and then maybe looked for something a little bigger on first down.
There you
but
see
instead, it's 3rd and 6. Ball backed up to the 43.
Last week, 11 miscues for 108 yards for the Cardinals, and that's what Coach Edwards talked about. He says we cannot commit that type of penalties, those type of the numbers, if we want to continue to win.
Both teams
last week, correct,
guilty of having way too many penalties. They'll run the same formation, run Taylor out that way. Geyer throwing long, wants Taylor behind the defense. He almost had it. They tried to go tit for tat on the flea flicker,
I like it.
Geyer
I like the
made
call.
a nice throw. Taylor was there. It was just out of his reach.
I like the call.
But now 4th and 6.
Off his hand. That was a good play call. It definitely caught the Panther defense off guard.
As did the flea flicker from the Panthers earlier in this second quarter. 4th and 6. Cardinals keeping the offense out there. Under a minute remaining in this half, they have a 20-point lead. George rolls, sets, steps up, throws over the middle, complete to Nwachi, down inside the 15-yard line.
George has been on with his throws tonight. Again, a nice. I like the play call again, creative, and you get Nwachi open in some open space, and he picks up that big yardage, and the Cardinals are going to call their second timeout. But good protection up front, good throw, only to where Nwachi could grab it.
And Tyler George doing a great job stepping up into the pocket, staying true as he knew he was going to take a hit. And he delivered a strike to Kenny Nwachi, a 30-yard pickup, and the Cardinals set up 1st and 10 at the Panther 13.
Well, if you're following us, tweet about it. And if you're not, what are you waiting for? Oh, look at the birdies, pretty birdies.
That would be tweet.
It would be a tweet. It would definitely be a tweet, but definitely follow us, twitter.com/CTN Coon Rapids. All the kids are doing it.
Out of the timeout, the Cardinals have it 1st and 10 from the 13. George out of the shotgun, fakes the give, throws to Nwachi on the right side, dives forward down to the 5, but stays in bounds, so the clock keeps running.
And they're going to have to hustle. Still plenty of time, a little over 30 seconds remain. They're going to call their final timeout. And valuable time. That'll be 32 and a half.
Coon Rapids.
I was surprised Nwachi along the sidelines did not elect to step out of bounds.
Agree.
Even if he did gain an extra 1 or 2 yards, the seconds in the timeout far more important.
No question. So now they're out of timeouts.
And do not spike it from the shotgun.
No.
A lesson learned early in the season.
Yes.
Four-score lead would be huge going to the locker room. The Panthers do get the ball back.
They do.
To start the second, but they have not been able to find much rhythm at all on the offensive side of the ball. The defense has been on the field a lot, and they have given up a number of big plays, but it would be huge for them if they can come up with a big play of their own to stop the Cardinals before going to the locker room.
No question, Joe. They do not want to go down by 4 scores as they head to the break.
Cardinals are going to bring in the power backfield. Brown, Salazar, and Taylor all back there. Taylor gets the give, fights off first tackle, spins, and touchdown. Miles Taylor, Cardinals up 26-0.
You talk about second effort. It looked like he hesitated at the just once he got the ball, but he did a nice job of just pushing into the line. You're going to see him hesitate a little bit
in the backfield,
and
spins it. He throws the first guy off, spins away, and then all of a sudden there's a little void in the jerseys there, and he falls forward for the score. Finley out to attempt the extra point, missed his last. This one is long enough, high enough, and straight enough to give the Cardinals a 27-0 lead.
Yeah, again, just great job by Coon Rapids to convert that short field into points. You can see it here. Miles Taylor looked to maybe go to the right, hesitated. Then, as you mentioned, a little bit of daylight opened up, and he was going to make sure he found that stripe.
Well, after the initial contact, I don't know, so many people rushed to the right that when he spun back to his right, their left, that there was just an absence, a little pocket in the defense, if you will, and Fortunate for Taylor and the Cardinals, unfortunate for the home squad, who is now staring at a huge deficit with just seconds remaining in the first half.
Took them 6 plays to go 47 yards, took 2:06 off the clock. Miles Taylor with his second score of the evening. And congratulations around. Pretty good first half for Coon Rapids, Joe Yen.
This kick is taken by Ryman, and he is hit
He was
hard
stuck
by McMahon. Dion McMahon lowered the shoulder, lowered the boom.
Watch him stick him right here. Oh, this is great. Took away all his forward momentum.
So that normally we see the kicks handled by Alex Findley, and this time it was Andrew Findlay on the kick. And now I guess maybe I need to pay a little closer attention. Is it
Who's
34
kicking?
or 35? If I put A Findlay, I suppose I'll be all right.
You will be.
Handoff in the middle goes very short off the right side. That was Thenis on the carry.
That's going to do it.
And they will not snap it again. We will head for the locker room. It's Coon Rapids 27, Spring Lake Park 0. We'll be back with first half stats and highlights after this. You're watching live high school football on CTN.
Seven 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Back at Panthers Stadium, the Cardinals in complete control through the first half. Downright dominant. They put up 4 touchdowns. They had a number of big plays, and they were able to really limit what the Panthers were able to do on offense as well.
Yeah, defensively, when the Panthers, they did get a few things going, but they ended up being stopped, especially down low, close to their goal line. And really, both sides of the ball are playing so well in this first half. They, you have a lot to build from, but you got to be pretty happy with where you are.
Couple of the big plays for the Cardinals resulted in touchdowns. Their opening drive ended like this. Jalen Salazar blowing through the right side for a 46-yard score. That came on a 3rd and 9. The Cardinals didn't throw much, but they did put up a couple of long completions for George. Miles Taylor over the top on 4th and short. Or no, it was 2nd and goal to dive forward and get that touchdown. George again airing it out. This time, Kenny Nwachi on the receiving end. A 74-yard touchdown. That made it 20-0. Came late in the first quarter. The only score of the second, it's Miles Taylor. Great second effort, great awareness, spinning away, and yards after catch. He's got it all. The sophomore's got both scores for the Cardinals in the first half, and his team is riding pretty after the first 24 minutes.
Well, anytime you can take a look at the ledger, look at the total yards for that first half. 293, almost 300 yards of offense in one half for Coon Rapids. And how balanced better that you can get it there. 146 on the ground, 147 through the air, no turnovers. Maybe a few more penalties than Coach Edwards would want, but nonetheless, the Cardinals doing a good job Cardinals doing a good job in that first half, really developing their offense and playing solid defense.
Well, and even more importantly, if you look at it, this is a team in Spring Lake Park that ran the ball for 330 yards last week in their first win of the season. They're held to just 73 yards rushing by the Cardinals.
Yeah, no question about it. And, they're not a passing team, and they're at this point now down by 4.
All of their passing yards came courtesy the one trick play on 3rd and long.
Correct. So they're going to have to become a little bit more well-balanced in the second half if they want to get back into it.
And the Cardinals, they, again, just keep doing what they're doing. They've built confidence over the last 3 weeks. It's showing, and they are keeping the Panthers all caged up. Will it continue in the second half? We'll find out when we return on CTN.
Time to wake up. I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
I've got the job. Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Back at Spring Lake Park High School, Coon Rapids a 27-0 lead at the half, looking for their 4th consecutive victory. A team that ranked in the top 10 this past week.
Yeah, that was exciting, and we get a chance to see that at the polls. They finished number 10, Elk River at the top of that poll. But wow, what a transition it made, because I can't remember the last time we saw a Coon Rapids football team in the top 10 in a poll.
Well, and obviously the drop from 6A to 5A, a big part of that. Yep. But the other part is the confidence that has built within them over the first half of this season.
No question about it. It really has developed.
Andrew Findlay with the kickoff for the Cardinals, and it will skip out of bounds. And the second we've seen illegal procedure on the kickoff. And pretty good field position for the Panthers to start the second half.
Kicking team number 34. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Yeah, really good field position, obviously, to start this drive. And we talk about there's plenty of time left in this game, just a whole half to go. But you want to develop something on offense. You want to get some kind of flow to your offense. And really, they had it in spurts. But we talked about it at the break. Cardinal defense doing a really good job of stopping those opportunities.
Offset I formation in the backfield. Fake the give, and then the pass bounces off the chest of the tight end, Mason Johnson, on the quick tight end dump on the left side.
That's twice he's dropped a ball here tonight. I'm not sure if he heard footsteps there and just didn't control it, took his eye off the ball, but we saw a really nice play over the middle to him. That would have been a nice gain, but he dropped the ball as well.
2nd and 10, Dunbar back under center. Cardinals nearly jumped, able to get back onside. The Panther quarterback resets. Handoff goes to McMahon, big hole, and he's got a lot of room to run. There's no way the Cardinals are going to catch him. Nate Bream's giving chase, but he won't get there. That is a 65-yard score to get the Panthers on the board.
Well, he had a 59-yard score last week. Gets a longer one here tonight. And again, just a nice job of blocking up front, breaking through, and as you talked about, nobody was going to catch him.
Well, and the whole Cardinals secondary was moving to their right, as he was coming back to the left, and guys were still moving away from him once he had broken past the line. Just a broken play on defense and a huge touchdown for the Panthers just 14 seconds into this third quarter.
Well, Joe, they certainly needed it because offensively they weren't doing much at all. And now to get a big score, and the Cardinals defense gives up a big play, and that's, I know, one thing Coach Mel Edwards does not want to see here.
Pliego's kick is good, so it's 27-7.
Again, didn't take him long to score, and then it just, as you mentioned, defense moving to the right. He jumped the hole to the left, and a lot of open real estate in front of him, and he took it to the house. Again, a big offensive play for the Panthers. Just 14 seconds, took just 2 plays to go 65 yards. 1 play, actually, to go to 65. Incomplete pass, and then the 65-yard run.
So Pliego set to kick it off. And the Cardinals a little bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah, no,
to start
no
the
question.
second half. Good high end-over-end kick. Taken at the 9. Brown spins away from first contact, drags a man out as far as the 28. So pretty good field position for the Cardinals to start.
Yeah, I think a little, almost a little communication error between Kenny Nwachi and Jordan Brown. You're going to see here both of them looking to go for the ball. Brown's going to step in front of Nwachi. He's going to hit the turf, but Jordan Brown doing a nice job of picking up some positive yard, getting decent field position to start this first offensive drive for Coon Rapids.
First and 10 from their own 28. Tyler George will start out of the shotgun. Man in motion is Jones. Fake the give to Salazar, the keeper for George. He's still going, and he'll have a first down. Got some help from his offensive lineman. That's the kind of thing that has really impressed me about the offensive line. Not only do they control at the point of attack, but once their runner is stopped, all the white jerseys get behind and continue to push and help them move forward. And this time it moves the chains. Gain of 10, first down from the 38-yard line now. George will go back up under center. The single setback is Salazar. Brown in the slot on the left side. Handoff goes to Salazar running that way. Cuts back, met by a couple of guys and brought down at the 44-yard line, a gain of 6.
Well, this is what the Cardinals want to do. They want to control the pace of the game. They want to control the clock. They want to run the ball. And this is what makes them successful, and that's what they're doing. You get a really nice job there. Niveland pulling to the outside, doing a nice job lead block there for Salazar, and he picks up 6. 7 carries, 67 yards, and that score so far in this contest for Jalen Salazar.
Quarterback keeper again. George with momentum as a first down into Panther territory at the 41-yard line.
And that's what he gives you. I mean, he's a good athlete, and running downhill like that, he's tough to bring down. He's strong, he's big, and he's powerful. And again, this is a design play for him to go to the outside, and he's just going to turn it upfield and gain some great yardage.
15 yards, first down at the 41 of Spring Lake Park.
5 carries for 26 yards for Tyler George so far in the evening.
Yeah, they've got a nice set of weapons they can bring. Handoff goes to Salazar, gets away from an arm tackle in the backfield, cuts back upfield, and he's going to gain about 3. Ball came out at the end, and Spring Lake Park says they have it, and they do.
It's a big turnover. Cardinals were driving, and this is the kind of thing that Spring Lake Park was looking for. Miscues. The Cardinals turned the ball over.
But he got 3 yards upfield after being stopped pretty much in the backfield here. See where the ball comes out.
Yeah, there it did before he hit the ground. Let's see where the knee was.
Stripped away.
It's stripped away. You have to protect that ball a little better. He was holding it in one hand. When you hit into a pile like that, you need to protect it with 2. I understand.
Trying to figure out who that is on the bottom of that pile who ripped it free. Either way, 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 41-yard line. Dunbar wants to throw, fakes, now takes it down, has some room to run. He's got a 1st down and more, lowers his shoulder, and bowls his way to the 44-yard line of the Cardinals.
Well, when you're beating a team 27-0 at the half, the last thing you want to do is give this team momentum, and the Cardinals have done that. Big play for the score, and then the turnover gives Spring Lake Park momentum and a feel that, hey, we can get back into this ballgame, because they were thoroughly being outplayed.
Tables have turned quickly. It looked like the Cardinals were moving the ball, and then a turnover, their first of the game. And the Panthers trying to capitalize. Handoff goes to McMahon, and he is wrapped up and stopped after a gain of 3. Down to the 41.
You know that Cade McMahon's going to get his carries. I mean, we talked about it, 33 last week. He's capable, as we saw, of breaking a big one. You have to be able defensively to keep him in check and limit his opportunity.
Handoff goes to McMahon again, spins away as a 1st down to the 31-yard line. Gain of 10.
Oh, you're going to see the spin move coming up here. It's going to allow him to gain additional yards. Spins away from a tackle. Not before Ness. Breams bring him down, but as you mentioned, pick up a 1st down.
At the 31. Dunbar back under center. McMahon the lone setback. He gets the carry. No, he pulled it back. And Dunbar gets around the right side inside the 15 to the 13-yard line, or 25 to the 23-yard line.
Brought down by Kenny Nawachi. But he's going to pick up 8 yards. Make it 2nd and 2. And again, we talked about things in your playbook with 2nd and short like that. There's a number of things you can run to catch this defense off guard.
And if the Panthers are able to punch this one in, we've got a whole new ball game if they come out and get 2 quick scores out of the half. Dunbar drops, pitch goes to McMahon, running left, has Thenis out blocking in front of him. But a great job of pursuit by Silla down the line is going to drag him out of bounds after a minimal gain.
Well, and Silla really just does a nice job of keeping that play wide. McMahon looked to try and cut it upfield. And Silla just did a nice job of making sure that he hit the sideline, and what they gained, maybe a yard?
A yard it was, and it will be 3rd and 1 from the Coon Rapids 22-yard line. Dunbar rolling to his right, wants to throw, does. That pass well defended, bobbled, but unable to bring it in was Mason Johnson. He had the closest he came to making a catch, and it was well defended.
Well, look at McMahon. I mean, he's going to get the vertical on it. He got certainly, I'm not sure he got a piece of it initially, but he certainly got in his face.
And a big 4th down coming up. Cardinals stopped him on 4th and short back in the 1st quarter.
I think they give it to 22.
I think they do. I think the Cardinals are looking for it. On 4th down, the Cardinals also jumped on a 4th and short and gave a free 1st down to the Panther offense again back in the 1st half. Handoff does go to McMahon. He has the 1st down, finally wrestled to the ground down at the 17-yard line.
And the offense just sealed off that right side of the line. McMahon to pick up that 1st down. You can see a nice job But Johnson sealing off that edge.
First and 10 from the Coon Rapids 17-yard line. Handoff goes to McMahon, tripped up immediately, falls forward for maybe a yard.
Well, Jordan Brown at the bottom of that pile for Coon Rapids on defense. 16 carries, 145 yards, and a score for Cade McMahon tonight. He had 165 last week, so pretty good showing in his first 2 weeks back from a torn labrum in his hip.
And a lot of game left to be played here tonight. Not quite midway through this third quarter. Second and long, handoff goes to McMahon. He's going to get a couple off left tackle before being stopped at about the 13. Gain of 3, set up third down.
Caleb Ness in on the tackle. That's number 9 for him so far in the evening. Had, I believe, 13 last week.
Third and 6. Panthers trying to cut further into the Cardinal lead, which was 27 as we started this second half. Inside counter goes to Ryman, looking for a hole, cuts back. He's going to have a first down at the 5-yard line, first and goal.
Again, not looking for number 14 to run the ball in that situation. Good misdirection there, and Ryman able to do a little dancing, able to pick up that first down. Brought down by Geyer and Ness. First carry for Nico Ryman.
He also did not have a touch until last week. He had 2 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown was 36, I believe. So first and goal from the 5. They go to the option. The Cardinals read it and didn't give Dunbar any option but to go down after a short loss.
Yeah.
No gain, second down and goal from the Cardinal 5.
You don't see a ton of teams run the quarterback option.
No.
Spring Lake Park does it a lot. Obviously, we have seen through the first 2.5 quarters. But the Cardinals got outside, took that pitch away. Handoff goes to McMahon, right side. Touchdown, Spring Lake Park.
Well, you talked about it, Joe. If they get this touchdown and still plenty of time left in this game, all of a sudden, Spring Lake Park is right back in it, now just trailing by 2 scores. And that's what happens when you turn the ball over, and they were able to capitalize.
Well, and we talked about the wake-up call for the Cardinals to start this second half was the 65-yard touchdown. Then now we have 3 wake-up calls. Long touchdown, turnover, sustained drive that ends up in the end zone. And their 27-point lead with the extra point through by Pliego is down to 13.
That makes this next set of series offensively for the Cardinals very important. I believe they need to try and gain that momentum back. They have given the momentum to Spring Lake Park here in this game, even though they're up by 2 scores.
But not time to panic,
No.
Time to go out and get back to what you did well in that first half and try and reestablish your control of the momentum and the movement of the ball.
Well, you know, if you hold on to that ball, there's a good chance that Coon Rapids was going to put additional points on the board and you wouldn't be looking at this situation. So they know offensively they can obviously score points. They're going to have to go back and do that. 12 plays, 4:57 off the clock, 59 yards on the drive. Cade McMahon capped it off with his second score of the day, a short one and a long one.
Pliego to kick it away for the Panthers again. The Cardinals must respond. Good kick going back all the way to the 5 for it is Nawachi. Right up the middle and spun around as he crossed the 20 out to the 25-yard line. That's where the Cardinals will take over.
Well, we'll see the Spring Lake Park defense try and come up, get fired up here to try and see if they can force a 3 and out for Coon Rapids. Now on that defensive side of the ball, you have a little more momentum, and you have an opportunity to make some plays.
Good spot for the Cardinals. Ball at the 26-yard line. George back out of the shotgun as Taylor in the backfield with him. Slot right is Jordan Brown. He goes in motion. Handoff goes to Taylor. And he will dive forward across the 30 to the 31-yard line, a gain of 5.
Again, they'll continue to be methodical. They'll continue to run the ball. Time off the clock. I mean, that certainly is their friend, being up by 2 scores. But they have to reestablish themselves, and they have to finish with some drives.
Second and 5 from the 31. Brown in motion again. This time fake the give. George on the keeper, cuts up, has a first down to the 38-yard line. But there is a flag on the far side of the field.
I think this one may be coming back. We have an injured Panther on the play as well.
Well, and they can ill afford to lose anybody else. We talked about it just a little bit at the beginning of the season, or beginning of the game.
Illegal shift. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
He's our official. Talk about an illegal shift on the Cardinal offense. Moving back 5, put second and long now. So that 5 that Taylor gained is now given back.
Correct. And they, as we mentioned at the beginning of the contest, a lot of injuries on the Panthers sidelines. They just got McMahon back last week, but they have a number of other players nicked up on the sideline. One of their other top running backs is down there in a knee brace. They have a tight end or an offensive lineman rather that's down there on crutches. So certainly hope there's not a serious injury to the player on the field now.
No question about it.
We will take a short break while he is intended to be back with more. You're watching live high school football on CTN.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Trey Toner, the injured Panther player.
Good to see him get up and walk out mostly under his own
power. It took a while before they even got him turned over and then slowly sat him up. We're being told that a leg injury.
And then the doctor's asking him to move his hands as well. So,
but hopefully not too serious. Really good thing to see him up and walking off the field under his own power. So after the flag, Coon Rapids has the ball. Second and 10. A lot of motion in the backfield before Carter Geyer finally gets it, and he rips off a nice run. A first down out across the 40. He's out of bounds at the 41.
Oh, he's hurt.
After a gain of 15.
He's hurt. He just pulled himself off the field.
And let's hope that is not serious either. Geyer, one of the important pieces for the Cardinals on both sides of the ball.
We'll take another look at this.
Timeout for injury.
And you saw his leg kind of get hung up as he went out of bounds. Now Geyer being attended to over on the Coon Rapids sideline.
We certainly hope he's okay. Back-to-back plays, one player from each team injured. We don't like to see that.
No, and even though Geyer is off the field of play, they have called timeout so that he can be attended to before we return to play. Stretching out the dramatic minutes here in the middle of the second quarter.
No question.
The Panthers came out and scored quickly. A huge 65-yard touchdown just 14 seconds into the third quarter. Then they turn the Cardinals over. They push down and get in the end zone a second time, and now they have cut that lead in half. Cardinals looking to answer, but no rhythm. Back-to-back plays with injuries, one on each side.
It's all about momentum, and the Cardinals lost their mojo, so to speak, to start this second half, and they're looking to get it back, and they'll continue to do what they do best, and that is to control the ball on the ground.
Carter Geyer back to his feet on the sidelines. That's certainly a good sign, and hoping it is not, again, a serious injury to one of the Cardinals' two-way players. And we'll get back to football. 1st and 10 after the 15-yard gain for the Cardinals at the 41-yard line. Like you talked about, they'd like to get back to what they were doing well, get back to the end zone and tip the momentum and take control back and put it on their sideline. George wants to run. Quarterback keeper sweep on the left side. He'll run out of bounds at midfield, just shy of the first down. We'll see where they mark him out.
You see Marshall Holland coming in really in place of Geyer, but he's going to, at least on that snap, he's going to come out on this play. But they're going to move a couple of players back in. Dominic Jones coming in, bringing the play into Tyler George. Again, second and short. We saw what they did a couple of times in second and short, and they're able to go a little bit long and get a nice gain on through the air, and we'll see what they do here.
Flag on the play, 2nd and 2. George has a big run off the right side.
Oh, another
flag. Make him 3 on the field. And it might take a minute to get this sorted out. Until we do, it'll be a nice gain for the Cardinal quarterback, but
well, I think the initial penalty was on the Cardinals. I'm not sure what the second one was for.
Or the third.
Or the third, unless they called the third one. Two officials called the same infraction on the second one.
It's a possibility.
Yep.
There's laundry all over the field either way.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that play, you can see our receiver's not set at the top of the screen.
Well, you can still have one in motion.
Yeah, but
that's a block in the back right there by Nawachi. I think that drew the second flag. The other one is in the middle of the defensive backfield on the far side of the formation. So I don't think it was the block in the back. We'll find out
momentarily.
Right about
There are 2 fouls on the offense on the play. Illegal block in the back, offense number 33. That penalty's declined. We had an illegal shift. Offense number 2. That's 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
So that'll make it 2nd and 7 now. And Coach Edwards just shakes his head a little bit. A couple of infractions, and we talked about that at the break. Those were the one negative we could take out of that first half was 4 penalties.
And 2 illegal shift penalties charged against the Cardinals on this drive. Both have taken away first downs.
And he talked about discipline, and that's what he preached about at halftime.
George rolling to his left, looking downfield, throws complete to Nawachi. Cutting back to the middle, wants to find a way to cut upfield, and now does. Dives forward for the first down to the 37-yard line of Spring Lake Park.
I'm not sure what. I think we have another Cardinal injury. No, guess not. But a nice play, nice pickup on 2nd down and 7. keeps this drive moving forward.
Be 1st and 10, ball just inside the 38-yard line of Spring Lake Park.
That's a nice stat night. 4 catches, 130 yards, and a score.
You'll take that most days.
I would think so.
He'd like to keep going. Still more than a quarter to play in this one. Cardinals trying to add to their lead. Miles Taylor to carry on 1st down. Pushes his way inside the 45 to the 44, a gain of 4.
Eight carries for 38 yards and 2 scores for Miles Taylor on the evening so far. You see the numbers. They're working on Trey Toner.
So maybe it is a hand injury.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like taking their time with Toner. George, lots of time now. Chase from the pocket, runs back to his left. A lot of blue jerseys. Gets around the corner and scampers out of bounds, getting a 1st down inside the 25. That's why we talked about him early on. You know, he can throw downfield. He's got a good arm, but if you don't account for him, he's very elusive and he's a good athlete. And that was the key right there. That little shift there to make the corner cut back and respect him going back to the middle of the field. That allowed him to get the corner and get the 1st down to the 25.
Yeah, no question. Dual threat. You have to respect his arm, but you certainly have to make sure that you get him when he's in open space.
Well, I think Cy George saw Tyler George coming at him and did not want to go head to head.
He sighed.
He
let out a sigh and said no.
Because Tyler is a much bigger George than is Ty. 1st down run again by Miles Taylor, gain of 3.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Cardinals looking to try and see if they can get one of those scores back that they have given up here in the 2nd half.
Panthers looking for a big play from their defense once again. Keep this deficit as manageable as possible as we get late in the 3rd. Throwing incomplete, intended for Dominic Jones down inside the 5.
Yeah, he
just underthrew it a little bit.
He had him open. It just he didn't get on what he wanted to, throwing it into the dirt.
Clock stopped with exactly 90 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
This is a big play series. Obviously, at this point in the field, it's 2-down territory, but you want to continue to put the pressure on Spring Lake Park. There you see Tyler George's number, 5 of 8 for 165 yards and a touchdown pass.
Looking to throw again here on 3rd down, but he is swarmed under the sack. And good pressure from the Spring Lake Park Panther defensive line. And now 4th down. Loss of 2 makes it 4th and 9.
Yeah, big play for the defense here. You want to come away empty. You want to stop them on downs because you've got that momentum back, and your offense seems to have found a gear.
Well, I said they needed a big play from their defense. They got it on 3rd down with the sack of Tyler George. Now on 4th and long. George rolling to his right, looking, now throws, wants the end zone for Jones, goes up and cannot secure the catch. Incomplete. Panthers take over on downs.
He had it in his hands. He just couldn't keep it in.
And that's a big stop for this Panther defense. 39 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
He had it in his hands, but a good job too by
that's
Cade McMahon. That's right. That is Cade McMahon.
He nearly got the pick. I think he could have picked that if he wanted to. Instead, he threw it away because he knew it was better field position to be incomplete.
No question.
So 1st and 10 from their own 24. Handoff goes up the middle, and McMahon gains a couple. He's talk about a guy who's hard to deny of getting those first couple of yards. He's going to pick up 3.
Miles Taylor's come limping off the field. I would hate to see that.
Duncan back under center on 2nd and 7. Handoff again to McMahon, and McMahon gets through the first tackle and then nearly broke free, but the back half of the Cardinal defense able to come up with a stop. First down, though, out to the 38-yard line.
That does it for the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So we will take a break. The Panthers have cut the lead in half, and they have the ball back. They're marching. First down when we return to start the 4th quarter after this on CTN.
Extra DWI enforcement is now being served on Minnesota roads. Don't be what you drink. Extra DWI enforcement is now being served on Minnesota roads. Don't be what you drink.
Cardinals wanted to be physical. It was a big part of their game. They were, and they were downright dominant in the first half, but the tables have turned here in the second. 2 third-quarter touchdowns for Caden McMahon. A fumble and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers have the ball back, trailing by 13. McMahon had nowhere to go on that option.
Yeah, good job.
And loss of a bunch.
Good job by the defense pursuing to him. You know, and they know 22 for the most part is going to get the ball.
Loss of 5 makes it 2nd and 15 from their own 33-yard. Handoff goes to McMahon right in the middle. You're not going to stop him on the with the first guy. That's just not going to happen. He pushes his way forward for a gain of a yard, but it'll be 3rd and long.
Gain of 1 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 14 from the Panther 34.
This is a big play right here for the Panther offense.
Oh, no question.
Want to continue, as you talked about. They got that momentum behind them with a couple of big plays in that 3rd quarter. Want to maintain that momentum here early in the 4th as they came up with that big 4th down stop.
They see the numbers on 3rd down for the Panthers, 3 of 8.
And at this part of the field with this deficit, you're not going to punt, or you're not going to go for it on 4th down, especially when Jordan Brown comes up with the huge stop on the option and just swallowed up Brian Orellana Lopez in the backfield.
But they did a nice job of just bringing Brown in, and really nobody put a hat on him at all, and he was able to make that play for the loss. And
loss of 9, 4th and 23. You're definitely not going for it that way. Pliego on to punt. But even had they gotten back, half of that yardage, I don't think at this point in the field, with only trailing by 13, that you're going to go for it.
Totally agree. Totally. You can't pressure it at this point.
Pliego, pretty good kick. Brown will take it from the 38, running to his left, trying to get around the corner, and does. And he got a great block from McMahon at midfield.
Oh, they threw
makes a man miss, and he is gone. He's got a touchdown, and that flag is absolutely. That was not an illegal.
I don't think it was either.
I think that flag was thrown as a result of what happened as a result of the hit, not the hit itself, and that's not how it should be ruled.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
It's a tough game. Hitting is allowed, and McMahon stepped into it. Watch him right there, shoulder to shoulder. It was not defenseless. It was not in the back. It cleared
During
the way.
Return, personal foul, illegal blindside block. Return team number 9. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
We didn't get a
First
chance.
down.
Sorry, we didn't get a chance to see it here. Now we'll see it there. Oh, that's such a clean. That's
he
such
got
a
him
clean
shoulder to the middle of his chest.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
How far in front of the player? I understand you're trying to protect the player, and I think that's the right thing to do. But you also cannot keep the players from being able to play the game the way that it was meant to be played.
But 35.
That was a fantastic hit by Deion McMahon, and that's not the player is hurt. Is that even the guy he hit?
No, that's not the guy he hit. He hit 60. He hit Braden Johnson was the one he hit. Again, we'll take another look at it.
On the far right.
He hit 60.
Oh, and that was McMahon's hit. Yeah, it was. Oh, he hit them both.
Yeah.
McMahon laid them both out.
Yeah,
two big hits for Deion McMahon, and I guess he got called for one of them. Cardinals will start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, and we've got a false start.
I didn't even see a flag thrown, though.
I didn't
Delay
either.
Game.
Oh, that's
Offense,
why.
5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Did they really have that much time after the ball was set?
I don't know.
That's a terrible call, too.
I don't know what clock they were looking at.
It took them too long to get it back, and that's what Tyler George is out asking for.
Yeah.
When did you start that clock?
Yeah, I don't.
Before you called the penalty? I'm confused.
I'm confused as well.
Either way, the Cardinals will march back 1st and 15 from the 36, or from the 31 rather.
And Coach Edwards is getting an explanation from the official too. I think he, felt like we did. Where did you stop that clock?
Well, they certainly didn't have 20 seconds. They did not have 20 seconds after the ball was placed on the ground to get that play off. Either way, a couple of flags fly against the Cardinals. They start 1st and 15. Handoff goes to Salazar, looking for room on the right. He's tripped up as he tries to cut back after a gain of 3.
Officials have a few words to say to a couple of the defensive players for Spring Lake Park. Obviously, the Cardinals want to retain possession of this football, but they're not in a hurry to get the playoff, quite obviously, with time ticking away, under 9 minutes remaining.
Well, they need to move the chains.
No,
on this
absolutely.
drive. There's no question. Keeper for Tyler George spins, dives forward. Good gain out to the 43-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, now it makes it a 3rd and manageable situation at 3rd and 3, but again, Tyler George doing a good job of, he's looking where his blockers are, and then he's going to turn it up the middle. Does a spin move of his own, able to pick up some additional yards, falls forward for 7. 9 carries for 50 yards on the night for number 11.
Cardinals, I believe, 2 of 5 on 3rd down. I believe they started 2 and 2. If I'm not mistaken, they go to the inside counter. Jordan Brown cuts back, dives forward, and he's got enough, just enough, for the 1st down.
Look, there's a little bit of a miscue there, a little miscommunication, but he's able to do enough to pick up that 1st down.
Ball out to the 47-yard line.
Oh, Miles Taylor back in. That's good to see. Again, he's going to cut it off. A missed tackle there, an arm tackle. We saw him limp off the field earlier, but good to see him back in there.
George out of the shotgun, has 2 receivers left. Brown in the slot on the right. Handoff goes to Taylor. Cuts back to the left. Got a block from Nowachi to get the corner. A stiff arm. He keeps going, and he's dragged out of bounds at the 33-yard line of Spring Lake Park.
That ankle looks okay.
And I'm not sure if this is designed to go off tackle and he decided to bounce it outside, or if they were looking for that all along. But Kenny Nawachi with a great seal block on that corner to get him around the edge. And a huge gain for Taylor inside the 35 at the 34.
6.9 yards a carry.
Yeah, you'll take that.
That's pretty good.
Take that. At 19 yards on that one. Cardinals set up 1st and 10 from the Spring Lake Park 34-yard line. George out of the shotgun, handoff Salazar. No room on the right side, and he's buried under. No gain.
Salazar on the carry for the Cardinals from down by host the Panthers.
There's one large young man, 6'7", 268. I'm assuming he plays basketball. I don't know for sure.
If he'd
be a force in the middle.
I was going to say, if he does not, I'm sure the Panthers coach has inquired why.
Yes.
Fake the give to Salazar. George, nice fake to get around McMahon. He's got the first down, and he's out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Again, good block by Kenny Nawachi on the outside.
But look at the move. He just freezes Cade McNown right here. Hurt.
Nice sound effects.
Thank you.
I like it.
I work hard on him.
You do work hard on him.
And this was the key. Not need to finish it.
Yes.
With points.
Absolutely.
And even if that is kicking a field goal to make it a 3-score game, you do know that you have Findlay, who has plenty of leg, but you'd rather not have to rely on that. But I think, down this deep to see how much further in they get. If they have that decision to make, that might factor in. Handoff right side. And again, you see the back get stopped and the linemen join the push, help move Breams further forward, and he's taken down at the 17, a gain of 6.
Again, Breams with the carry, but you're right. Then again, that push by the offensive line helps him pick up some additional yardage, make it a second and relatively short, 2nd and 4.
The Cardinals will take all the time they can to gather the troops and get them back to the line. Just over midway through this 4th quarter now. George hands off to Miles Taylor, lowers his shoulder, spins away, and looks like he's going to be just shy of a first down.
He's going to be about a yard short. We're going to see it again. The give to Taylor, and he pushes a couple of people. He's got 4 defenders before he actually gets him to the turf.
3rd and less than a yard from the 14. And I think this is quarterback sneak all day long. Breams and Salazar in the backfield. Breams will get the carry right side. He will have the first down. The whistles will blow as he's finally pushed back. Forward progress to the 12. That's where the Cardinals will have it, 1st and 10.
I don't know, maybe a little bit of an emotional letdown to start this second half for Coon Rapids. You give up that big play and then the turnover, but again, they were able. The defense came up when it needed to. A couple of big stops at the end of that last drive for Spring Lake Park, and now the offense doing a good job of moving the ball down the field. Just
need to be able to finish. The handoff goes right side to Salazar. Not a lot there. Good pursuit down the line. He's going to gain a yard.
Yeah.
And again, the Cardinals are all right with burning the clock, but they need to be able to finish with points, whether that is the end zone or through the uprights. They really need to make this a 3-score game. I suppose a field goal would still make it, it'd still be a 2-score game. On the keeper, George dives and touchdown.
A good job by Tyler George just to realize where he was on the field, and he's able to turn it up the middle and extend to the end zone for the score. We're going to see him get around that edge and just decide he's going to turn it upfield.
And again, he's a big kid.
Yes, he is.
If you go low, you might take him down, but you're going to feel it. And he will go right over the top of you.
And he did.
Alex Finley back out for the extra point. It is up, it is good. And the Cardinals' lead is 34-14.
Now back to that 20-point lead that they had at the break. Again, just does a nice job of stretching to the end zone.
And with just shy of 4 minutes remaining, that could have been the nail.
Yeah, I think it is the nail.
Especially as you talk about with a very run-dominated offense for Spring Lake Park. Now they're in a position down 3 touchdowns with under 4 minutes to play that they're going to need to throw the ball, and they're going to need to be able to chew up big chunks of yardage.
No question.
Each time they snap the ball.
The impressive part of that drive, obviously the fact that they finished, but they took 5:38 off the clock. Valuable minutes that Spring Lake Park needed in order to try and mount the comeback.
And that has been a big key to the Cardinals' success all season long. And what hasn't is kicking the ball out of bounds repeatedly.
It's 3 times tonight.
And not only does it give them great field position, but it doesn't take any time off the clock.
Team number 35.
Exactly.
5-yard line. First down.
Panthers take over from their own 35-yard line. Dunbar under center. Handoff goes to McMahon, and he is stopped after a short gain. Cardinals defense holds strong.
You know, we didn't talk about Cardinal Nation across the way with the tie-dye shirts. I love it. Takes me back to my day. Yep, takes me back to my day. I like it. Having a good time. I think my parents, I think I had tie-dye diapers when
they have had lots of fun all season long. This team has been fun to watch. Big trouble for Dunbar behind the line, and he's swallowed up by a swarm of white jerseys. It'll be 3rd and long.
And the clock continues to move. And no opportunity there. Jordan Brown, Max Ammon, number of Cardinals in on the play.
Well, and I'm not sure if that was a broken play, if it was designed to be play action, but things kind of fell apart quickly, and then Dunbar run under, and now 3rd and 11 from the 34. Go to the option. Pitch goes to McMahon. Seals the corner. Cuts back, and he's stopped after a 1-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 10. And that was great pursuit by the Cardinals. I didn't see who it was out on the edge playing corner, but did an excellent job of forcing McMahon back to the middle of the field. And he had plenty of support there, so no chance to pick up significant yardage. And now on 4th and 10. They're going to run out the punt unit. Under 2 minutes remaining. And the Cardinals just need to pretty much run out the clock to score their 4th straight victory. And again, putting up good numbers. 34 points on the board, a lot of running yards, but some good passing yards this week as well. Good return here from Nawachi out to the 44-yard line. And the Cardinals will take over there, 1:37 on the clock.
Yeah, and the Cardinals are gonna move to 4-1 on the season. Red's happy. You go, Red. Show us those guns. Show us those guns, Red.
It has been
Number
exciting.
one fan.
It has been fun.
Yeah, show us those guns.
I will admit I got a little bit nervous in that third quarter.
As did I.
But the Cardinals able
They
to
didn't.
right the ship. Get a little bit of insurance from Tyler George here late in the fourth quarter. And now have an opportunity to just run it out. Salazar, big hole. He breaks free. He's got a first down into the Panther 40-yard line.
And just add to your totals. You pick up the first down. The clock going to continue to run as soon as they set the down markers.
Another 15-yard pickup for the Cardinals senior slasher. 1st and 10 from the 41 of Spring Lake Park. And they will go to the victory formation, take a couple of knees, and they will take home another road win.
Yeah, you look at it, Joe, that opening loss to Chaska in overtime obviously had that opportunity, but they've rattled off 4 straight wins since then.
And they've been relatively impressive. You know, last week, a tight game with a good Irondale team, but a blowout victory over Park Center. How are you going to throw a flag on a kneel down? And we had flag on both sides of the line too.
Illegal formation. Offense, 5 men in the back.
I mean, I understand it's the rule, but are you seriously flagging a team for illegal formation when they line up to take a knee?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
I mean,
it is the rule.
Not the
I
game
suppose.
is not in balance. I suppose you have to call the rules.
Well, they know the game's televised. They don't want the supervisor back at the referee association like, hey, you guys really should have flagged that one. They had 5 guys in the backfield. I'm pretty sure they're not going to worry about it. Let the team take a knee and get out of there with a win.
Well, that will do it.
So, we think?
Yeah.
This time we're going to be all right? All right, let's get out on the field and let's celebrate. I've never seen a flag on an illegal for on a kneel down. I've never seen that. And the Cardinals fans, the Cardinal Nation gets to celebrate again, getting used to this feeling, and they're getting addicted to it. A victory, number 4 in a row for Coach Mal Edwards and the Cardinals. We'll take a break, be back to wrap things up after this from Panther Stadium.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Coon Rapids football team, another opportunity to celebrate on an opponent's field, winning on the road just as sweet as winning at home. 4 straight now for the Cardinals. We're joined now by one of the big stars of the game, their quarterback, Tyler George. And first of all, congratulations on the win. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does feel good. Just knowing that we have this ability to come out with a win now. It's we obviously come into each game confident, but it's knowing that we can do this now and our fans supporting us. It's a great feeling. I wouldn't want any other team than to play for Coon Rapids. I love them. They're awesome. They're fun to be with.
Tyler, congratulations on the win. Great, nice game. You did really well.
Thank
Fun
you.
to see you in charge. Talk about, you guys started the second half, the long play for the touchdown, then the turnover. Talk a little bit about the tenor on the sidelines. What was the talk from the coaches and players in terms of, you had that big lead, we got to make sure we don't give it up?
You know, we went into half kind of confident, but knowing that they're a hard-fighting team and they were going to make some adjustments, and they did. Defense we didn't let up, but we let up some plays that we could have recovered. But I don't know. I guess it was just stay humble, because they're obviously a state championship team. So, and 3 losses doesn't I don't know. It doesn't say that team is bad, but we just got to keep more humble and be us.
Well, it looked, Tyler, like you took the reins a little bit more on that final drive to call in your own number a little bit more. Is that you, or is that the coaching staff deciding on that, or are you over in their ear saying, I want the ball?
You know, he gives me the ability to choose my plays. It kind of depends on where the defense is lined up. It was my mistake running 2 QB sneaks in a row. But I don't know. He gives me that ability and kind of freedom to do that, but he's my coach, so I got to listen to him sometimes too.
Well, you do a nice job. The touchdown run, definitely a great exclamation point on the night. Congratulations on the win. We'll let you get back to celebrating with your teammates and your fans. Thanks for joining us. And now we'll take a look at some of the highlights of that second half. Is how he talked about a big lead for Coon Rapids coming into the second half, but second play of the third quarter, Cade McMahon got loose and he tore off a 65-yard touchdown run, and all of a sudden the Panthers had life. Cardinals next drive, Salazar fighting for extra yardage, has the ball stripped out from underneath. The Panthers quickly recover, and that leads to their second score. McMahon again, this time from the 5, and all of a sudden we got a little bit more of a ball game. The Cardinals, though, as I talked about, this one obviously calling his own number out of desperation when the passing attempt failed, but had a nice night throwing the ball as well. That one nearly a touchdown, but a nice defensive play to stop it. And talk about nice defensive play. We've seen it all season long from the guys in red and white. They do it again tonight. And then, as I talked about, the touchdown run, just great second effort from the quarterback, Tyler George, reaching for the stripe, getting the score, and that sealed the deal, putting the Cardinals back on top by 20 points.
You'll take a look at the stats, 469 yards of total offense.
300 yards rushing the ball again.
300 yards on the ground. And give credit to Spring Lake Park, because they did make that little bit of a comeback to start that second half. They had a little bit of momentum, but the Cardinals wanted to make sure that they didn't grab that back, and they had some nice stops on defense, forcing Spring Lake Park to punt later in that quarter, and really did a nice job of coming back and controlling it and getting the win.
And now the Cardinals go back home. They've got Chanhassen coming in. Chanhassen comes out of the same division that does Chaska, and so that could be a very interesting contest to see when they come up to the Cardinals Sports Complex next Friday to see what happens. Before then, though, we're going to get a little boys and girls soccer, a doubleheader against Maple Grove on Tuesday, and swimming and diving on Thursday. A very busy week on CTN. Started all with Sports Night live on Monday. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Spring Lake Park High School, it's the Cardinals 34 and the Panthers 14. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.